Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Naval Action. So today it's time for another ship review. And it's gonna be of this lovely thing. The Essex. Which in some sense is quite a famous ship, although most probably won't know it. But first off, just let me say one thing. Instead of posting in the comments what ships you wanna see next review of, there's a poll in the description, a straw poll with all the ships listed. You can vote for all the ships which I've got easy access to listed, which you can then choose to review. So just so that everybody knows. But anyways, let's go on to this surprisingly, in a sense, famous ship. So this ship, most of its activity, I guess, was historically for the American, in the American service, it spent time protecting trade merchant convoys, and it was the first American ship to travel over the equator line. And lastly, she also, and this is the famous part, although you won't know it, and I'll tell you why soon, she attacked whalers, British whalers. And you might wonder, why is that famous? Well, if you've seen the movie Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, this ship, or as she's known in the movie, the Acheron, is in fact that ship. The USS Essex in the book originally is the ship which went around and attacked British whalers. So yeah, fun fact, it's not the Constitution as a lot of believe, it is in fact the USS Essex. So anyways, let's go on to the ship in the game. So first off, I think she's the most beautiful frigate in the game. I think she is beautiful, man. I don't think there's any frigate in game that matches her beauty. And no ship which is officially in the game yet which matches her beauty at all. Like, I think the Ingemanland looks better, but she's not in the game yet, so I would say the Essex is currently the most beautiful ship in the game. And the Essex doesn't only have beauty in its advantage. I'll be comparing her to the frigate and turn. Oh shit, I bit my tongue. That hurt. Mistakes were made. That really hurts. Anyways, I'll suffer through the pain. I'll be comparing her to the frigate and the Trinco, and my tongue really hurts now. Oh, son of a bitch. And let's not get distracted here, all up. Since both the frigate and the Trinco are 18-pounder frigates, just like the Essex in the game. So the Essex, 18-pounder frigates. The Essex has 40 guns, compared to the Trinco's 50 or the frigate's 38. So that's 20 guns per broadside. She has 6 guns per side on her quarterdeck, none on her forecastle, and 14 on her gun deck per side for a total of 20 guns per broadside. It's 12 pounders on the top deck, 18 pounders on the gun deck, or of course if you want, you can do exactly like the Trinco and go all 32-pound carronades. The Essex also, she's decently speed. She has decent speed. She can go 20 knots for max speed, which compared to the Trinco, it's slower than the Trinco. This Trinco can go 12.47, and the frigate is faster than the frigate. The frigate can go 11.91 knots. The turn rate on the Essex is also excellent. Essex turns 3.11, while the Trinco is 2.56. However, it's slower than the frigate's 3.63 turn rate. So the Essex is a decent ship in turning as well as speed. Her size, the only ship her size which is faster is the Trinco. Anything after the Surprise, except the Trinco, is slower than the Essex. The Essex also turns decently, of course, better than the Trinco. And the Essex has pretty good armor. The frigate has 2,675 on her side. Structure, let's be clear, structure. The Essex has 4,030, while the Trinco has 4,479. So, in terms of armor, the Essex is pretty good. In terms of structure, there's a difference between structure and armor. Structure, we can see it's the number in the port. And the Essex can be crafted at the same level as the Trinco as well. However, the Essex has 10 less guns than the Trinco, so the Trinco has a heavier broadside weight. And the Essex, she has one major downside, which really puts her as a support ship. She's not good. She's not a good frontline ship because of this downside, which is unfortunate since I really love the Essex because she looks beautiful. And my tongue still hurts. Bloody hell. So yeah, let's go on to that downside. It's a massive one. It's one which is impossible to ignore. And you might have noticed it. I don't know if you have noticed it. Do you see it yet? It's the lack of chasers, which is a big problem for this ship. Her lack of chasers means that she can't really utilize her speed. She can utilize her turning because she's an excellent support ship because she lacks the chasers. Because she lacks the chasers, she can't utilize her speed to catch up to ships like the Mercury. Which is really, well, Mercury was just a random example, but yeah, she can't utilize chasers, so she'll struggle to catch up to certain ships. Which is a problem for the Essex's use. But she'll always remain an excellent support ship, I believe. And in battles like this, it doesn't matter since you're not chasing them anyways. Like in battles in the open world, generally where you chase them, you want a fast ship with bow chasers, really. Want to be able to utilize the fact that you don't have to turn, since if you turn, you lose a lot of speed. And even if you don't lose your speed, you spend a bit of time, even if it's a small amount of time, sailing in the other direction, which means that the ship will be sailing away from you, and you won't be able to catch up that speed again. Unless, of course, you're in a fast ship, so like if you're chasing a first rate in your Essex, you'll be able to keep up. But it's still a big problem for the Essex. And in my opinion, that's her biggest downside. She's decent at turning, quite good at turning. She has excellent armor, she has excellent speed for her size. But the lack of bow chasers, man. That's the only gripe personally. I'll still sail her though, since she's a beautiful ship. And if you can sail her with, say, squad mates, you're in luck, since that would be perfect. You can have one guy to keep the enemy ship tagged or whatever, and then you can yourself chase the I got distracted by that, sorry. You can then yourself just keep on chasing that guy. You'll be able to utilize your speed a bit better, since you don't have to worry about turning, since you have a friend keeping that guy tagged in. So, like I said, I think it's official. The Danish must have declared war on Sweden, or the Swedish must have declared war on Denmark. Which is good for the Dutch nation, I would say. But either way, we're on this ship review, not on politics. Who cares about politics? Politics are boring either way. Seriously though, you don't listen to that advice. Politics is important. I got totally That was weird. I got totally sidetracked by that, and that lag was distracting me. Yeah, in situations where you don't have to worry about chasing someone, this ship is excellent. She had one thing to note as well. She has a bit of a heal, but only a bit. Like, it's not as bad as the Trinco, but like you said, like you could see, I hit 8 degrees heal in that moment. Also, you can see the armor really shine here. The enemies just, they're barely doing damage to my lovely, lovely Essex. She's a beautiful ship. I can't... I'm really looking forward to more beautiful ships like this. But it's too bad she won't see a lot of use due to her lack of chasers. She has no bow chasers. And like, stern chasers are not important. I used to hate ships without stern chasers, but I don't care about stern chasers anymore. But the lack of bow chasers though, that's a biggie. That's a big one. It's an issue which a lot of people won't be able to get past. And it's a pity because I love how she looks. But unless I'm hunting third rates or some other large slow ship, it's just the stern chasers are the lack of chasers, I mean. It's a problem. And it's very annoying since I love this ship. It's beautiful. It's the best looking ship in the game at the moment, in my opinion. But it just lacks those... It lacks the one thing which would make this an amazing ship and would make it an actual contender for the Trinco's place as well. This might not be everyone's favorite phrase, but as a ganking ship. Since 20.2 knots, I mean 12.20 knots, it's not bad speed. It's not as fast as the Trinco, but it's not bad. She turns better, she has 500 less armor, but she has 10 less crew. But it would still be an excellent, since she turns significantly better than the Trinco. A good captain could probably sit on the stern of a Trinco with this thing. Possibly, I'll rephrase that, possibly. I don't know how this might end bad. How well the Trinco turns, exactly. It's been a while since I sailed the Trinco, I'll admit. But either way, it annoys me a lot, but as a support ship, she would still be an excellent choice. So that's really the conclusion of this review. The Essex is a support ship. If you want a support ship, she's excellent. If you want to sail the Acheron from Master and Commander, the Far Side of the World, she's your ship. If you want to sail a pretty frigate, she's your ship. That's the only reasons, really. There's no more reasons for the Essex at this moment. If there ever gets the possibility to like customize it in some sense so that we can get bow chasers on her, I can see myself spending many hours on her. But until then, I'll still be spending many hours on her. I like her. I'm the guy that chooses ships based on looks. Is it a good thing? No, probably not, but I'm here to enjoy the game. So anyways, this has been the review on the USS, or later on in her life, the HMS, as she was captured by the British. I forgot to mention that in the short history thing. The USS or HMS Victory. So thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.